All right, I'm going to show you how to use my favorite program called Canva. So you'll go to canva.com. You'll have to create an account the first time you use it. It's free. They also have an option to have a pro version. I have the pro version, but pretty much anything you'll need this for, you can do with the free version. So if you click on this little plus sign over here, once you've got your account set up, you can see all the different types of designs you can do. There's also an option for you to do your own dimensions if you have to have it like a certain width and height. That's good for creating gravatars, which I'll talk about later. But for now, we're just going to worry about creating a Pinterest graphic. So this opens up in a new tab once I clicked on Pinterest graphic. And let's go to this one. I chose this one here because the image is a little taller, even though I really like this lettering here. So what I can do is I can fix that. How to, and then write a book. So I'm not crazy about this font. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the bottom one a little bit curly. I like to use one called Playlist Script. And notice how it's all in caps here. I don't want it all in caps for this part. So I'm going to click on these two uppercase A's here, and then that will make them lowercase. Oh, now I see that the B is not capitalized, so I'll go in there and fix that. This is a little bit small for my taste, so I'm going to go ahead and make that bigger. Here. Yeah, that's good. And then I'm going to make it pink. And we can move this up. And I love Canva because it has those grid lines for me. I'm going to change this here as well. Let's find one I like. Okay. I like mine to be a little bit closer. Sometimes you'll find fonts are a little too far apart. So you can change that spacing here. You can make the letters closer together like this, or spread them apart. You can also change the line height. So that would come in handy, for example, if you've got multiple lines of text with the same font. So I'll just add a little bit here so you can see what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, so we've got several lines here. So if I go in here and adjust the line height, I can make it further apart or closer together. So I'll go ahead and delete this part here. And I'm going to change this image here. Even though this actually fits what my description is or what my title is, I want to show you that you can upload your own images. All of these here are images that I have uploaded. So I'm going to pick this one. So I just literally dragged it over here. You can put a filter on it if you'd like. Oh, I kind of like that edgy one. Let's adjust the intensity here. It's a little too intense. Ooh, I really like the way that looks. Another thing that you can do is say that you have an image that covers pretty much this whole area. And so when you're trying to put text over that, it doesn't always work out well because of the different colored backgrounds. So for example, let's say that I really wanted white text. So let's change that to white. And notice how it's a little bit hard to read over here. Something that I like to do is I like to add a shape so that way we can kind of color through that. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Let's just do this. So I'm going to center that and make it a little That size actually isn't too bad. So I'm going to cover that up. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make this more transparent. Notice how that's starting to come through there? Now, this box is on top of my letters right now. I don't want that, so I'm going to highlight the box by just clicking on it and clicking Arrange, and I'm going to move it back. I clicked it once, and it moved it back behind this lettering down here in pink. But I still want it to be behind the how to in white there. So I'll hit it again, and that brings it there. Okay. And then one thing that you'll notice too is, let's say you have an image or you want to find another image. You can search using their stock photos here, and they're usually $1. That's the price I've only ever seen them. Let's find one that might fit this situation well here. And that one looks kind of fun, so let's drag that over here. And we'll move this back up here. Well, I need to change that font back to something you can see there. I'm going to change that to black. I'm going to get rid of that box by just highlighting it and hitting the delete button. Now you notice how it says Canva here. It's got that watermark. You've got these grid lines. As soon as you purchase it or hit download, it'll give you the option to purchase it one time for $1. You can get a multi-use or an extended use out of this. Usually I'll do a special offer like the 10 for $11 just because it'll last me months usually, because I can usually find some pretty good free stock photos. But as soon as you're ready to download that, I'm just going to use one of my images here. Go ahead and download that. And that's going to save it to your desktop. And that's how you use Canva.